Hello again. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Stormy. But welcome to the stream, the better stream. I just got done streaming on YouTube, so that's fun. Um, so let's hope that didn't just mucker that up. I really hope I didn't just mess that up. Anyways, yeah, welcome to the new stream. I gotta update stuff. I'm no longer talking about that boring show. We're now chilling and chatting. Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. Thank you, Stormy. Please do. Making affiliate is my current short-term goal for this channel, so I'm really hoping that I do indeed get that. Don't know exactly what else I would like to do as far as gaming is concerned. So making affiliate allows me to start accepting bits, which is essentially Twitch's form of payment, and it will also allow me to it also allows me to make money essentially. So I can start doing some extra things with the channel. Yes, we like money. Oh yeah, I get to get more mods. That's emotes and stuff is really going to be quite the turn. I'm probably going to have Ray help me make some emotes for the channel because she's a whole lot better at that than I am. For right now, just so it's not dead air behind me, I'll keep the music going. Hey Metallus, how's it going, buddy? I'm sorry that you're super sleepy. We're currently just talking about the future of the channel, that's all. Well, yeah, go take that medicine, man. Don't put it off just because you're talking to us. But there's a lot of things that I would like to eventually start doing on this channel. Of course, emotes and stuff is always going to be, like I said, the short-term goal. Long-term, I would like to start talking about some other subjects that I wouldn't say like I'm the most knowledgeable in, but that I'm smart enough in, I guess, that maybe there's some good ideas out of my ramblings. Like, for example, I have been a DM for like a little over 5 years now, and I think it would be fun to talk about D&D a little bit more, Dungeons and Dragons, for those who aren't up on the vernacular. I would like to, pass along maybe some stories, maybe throw campaign ideas around, maybe help people create their own player characters, all that stuff. Yes, I do have a Discord. I have the Court of Dis. The Chaotic Realm has called me. I don't have a Discord command, but I can gladly whisper you the what my Discord is. I don't mind doing that. I don't have like a server or anything like that. Oh yes, Zanya would know nothing of that, despite the fact that, you know, it's one of her main lines of communication to me, on top of having a server of her own. So, yeah, she wouldn't know anything about that though. We don't want to put that on her. Well, while I change some stuff around here, let's put that up just so there's something there. I'll change this around a little bit. Yuan-Tis are nice. I personally am a big fan of Yuan-Ti Abominations. I absolutely love making Yuan-Ti Abomination characters. Those are fun. Also, half Yuan-Tis are also nice. Zanya is very big on Drow. She absolutely loves the Dark Elves. I fail to understand why, but she does. ASMRs are nice. ASMRs are very nice indeed. And I guess Drow are hot. All depends on the Drow, I suppose. Oh yeah, that's my new thing. Heh. My bad. Trying to make it to where my music doesn't completely overload and overtake me, but also make it to where it's not totally silent while I'm silent. Because I know if I would get bored sitting and listening to silence, I know you all will, so. Hey, Protector ASMR, there you go. Solely for dealing with a pure evil campaign? You know you can have good Fallen ASMR though. Yeah. Having very high stealth, any sort of stealth bonus, especially with rogues, is always amazing. Is it because of the wings? Is it because of their undead wings? Well, I mean, in all honesty, it just depends on how you play the character. You can have a Fallen ASMR that's more or less a good person. It's just how you play the character at that point. Oh yes, yeah. Protector ASMRs are way better for cleric. Way better, without a doubt. As far as fallen ASMRs go, I personally think having a Oathbreaker Paladin or having a Warlock is good. You only play Cleric? Well, I guess I understand that. I'm big on Necromancers, so I totally get it. Zanya has been in quite a few campaigns that I'm in, and she has been nothing but rogues or sorcerers or a mix of the both. So, hey, everybody's got their preference. I'm totally okay with it. Well, you have to remember, we haven't done anything with Talra since she was first introduced. So, to be fair, oh man, am I gonna have to... I guarantee I'm gonna have to refresh that source. I don't think Zanya wants to talk about the very first unlucky rogue. Might not be a good idea. Let's just hope that that kicks up. Might have to refresh the source though. There we go. That way I can just have something on screen. We don't talk about Mirren. No, but I've been a DM for a little over 5 years. And I've had some... No offense to the players, of course, but I've had some god-awful... I'm talking like really god-awful campaigns. Like I said, it's no offense to the players, but like some of them were really bad. Oh man. The worst campaign that I ever ran, I ran a campaign with essentially a friend of the household and 2 nephews. And needless to say, the nephews were okay at what they were doing, right? But they made some god-awful mistakes to the point that I didn't understand why they were making the mistakes. But needless to say, I have not heard of Fantasy Grounds Unity. But needless to say, the campaign that I did with them lasted 3 sessions. First session went by without much of a problem. Okay, I'll definitely do that. Basically Roll20 but better. Alright, sweet. But first session of this horrible, and I mean god-awful campaign went by fine. And most sessions do. First session went by fine. Everybody seemed to follow the plot. They knew what they were doing. It wasn't the first D&D campaign I ever did with them, but it was the first campaign that I ever did with them and this other person. So all of them were doing fine first session. Got everything that they needed. Started essentially the storyline of the quest, or the storyline of the campaign. So yeah, no problems. So the problems started cropping up the second session. Second session came around, and I introduced them into their first dungeon. So one of my players, whenever they start this dungeon, they make I don't know if it would be considered a rookie mistake or not, but they decide that they're going to go into this dungeon and they're not going to look for any sort of traps or anything. They just, oh, look, there's an entrance. Let's just head on in. And like every good dungeon, starts off with a long corridor that leads into the main nexus of the dungeon itself. So instead of doing what I guess would be the normal thing of, well, we're in a long corridor, I'm going to check for pressure plates, see if there's any random or weird things in the wall, stuff like that. The normal stuff that you'd look for in traps. Didn't do any of that, they just ran in. And soon as they ran in, that's whenever all hell broke loose. They ran in, they basically hit every single trap that you could hit. And I had them constantly rolling for saves, had them constantly rolling for perceptions, anything. And constant fails, like no rolls above 10. And by the time that they got from one end to the other of this like 25-foot hallway, they were at single digits of HP. So they finally get into the nexus of the dungeon. And the highest HP that someone has is 9 HP. And they're like, okay, well, we're going to allow that, of course. Anyways, they, as soon as they get into this nexus, they look at their health and they're like, okay, we need to heal up. Thankfully, before they went into this dungeon, they all got supplies. So everybody pops healing potions, gets their health back up. Everybody eventually is at a little over half health, if not max health. And they continue through the dungeon. Now, the dungeon itself, because they were starting out low level, they were only level 3 or 4 at the time. I didn't want to kill them in the dungeon if I didn't have to, but I always leave that up to the roll of the dice. So they go through the dungeon from this point on. After encountering this first hallway, they go on from this point on pretty much okay. That is until they get to the end of the dungeon. Getting at the end of the dungeon, they encounter the classic trope of, all right, you're at the end. You're essentially, we all know that you're at the end of the dungeon at this point. There are 2 doors you can pick from. One door has basically everything that you need from the dungeon. The other has something behind it that will either kill you or will release something into the world that you probably shouldn't have released. Of course, I didn't give them all of that information. I'm just like, there's 2 doors in front of you. One depicts what looks to be a treasure pile or a pile of coins. The other depicts what looks to be a skull holding gems. So, this is where everything kind of goes downhill, because what I didn't anticipate at this point was how greedy my players could be. This is a 3-party team, so a 3-player party team, and the two of the party members are like, okay, we're just going to go for the door that has the coins on it. The third one was like, hey, I want to check behind that other door. So, I'm like, okay, well, whatever door you all want to check, you might want to do it now. So the 2 that want to check the coin door go to the coin door. The other one goes to the skull door. They end up rolling to open these doors at around the same time. The door that has the coins on it, of course, has this room that has some treasures in it. There's a few large chests that look like they've never been opened. You can only surmise that they probably got gold and gems and other riches in them, maybe weapons, you never know, because they're good size, like, treasure chests. In the other room, there is this large totem that depicts a large human skull on the top of it. The rest of the totem itself is roughly 20 feet high in max height, and the rest of the totem below the chin of the skull looks like it's made out of various bones and metal. So the one who opened up the door to the totem was like, I want to use detect magic. I'm like, okay, go ahead. They roll. They once again get a low roll, and I'm like, you're sensing some magic coming off of this thing, but you don't know what kind of magic is coming off of it. You just know that there is a lot of magic coming off of this totem. So, the other 2 that are in the treasure room, they immediately go in. They're starting to raid all the treasure that they can. They're stuffing their pockets and pouches with all these gold coins. One of them pries open one of the chests. There's various jewelry and gems. There's a crown in it. Like all of the stereotypical stuff you'd find in a treasure chest. The other one is in the totem room, goes over to the totem, and he yes, I am more than happy that everybody here either has played or still plays D&D. I'm very happy over that. So the one that went into the totem room goes over to the totem after he detected magic on it, and He gets up to the totem and he decides in his humble wisdom that he's going to cast some kind of magic on it. I don't remember exactly what it was that he did, but he cast a magic spell on it. I'm like, okay, go ahead and do it. So he casts a spell on it, aiming directly for the head of the totem. And when he does that, whenever he does this, the totem essentially activates because of the magic, and reflects the spell back at him, but at a level 9 wave. So needless to say, that particular player had to immediately start rolling for death saves. He was able to get all of them, so he gets blown out of the room and back out into the hallway where the rest of his party can see him, and he is at 1 HP and doesn't look very good. So, here I'm thinking, okay, they see this happen, they're going to take what treasure that they have, and they're going to get out of there. Well, so much for me hoping for the best, because just as soon as they see the other person, they instead run into the same room that he just got blown out of to see what it was that attacked him. Well, at this point, the totem is fully active. As soon as it sees the other two, it unleashes another 9th level spell toward them. And both of them have to do dex saves either to get out of the way, or they're going to take the full frontal of this damage. Needless to say, they didn't pass the saves. They have to do death saving throws. They do end up passing those throws, get put in the same predicament as their ally, and only at that point do they decide, okay, maybe we need to get out of here. Now, that's the end of the second session. That's kind of where I left them off on that cliffhanger. Beginning of the third session, I don't know what exactly happened between the three up to this point to have this idea, but they eventually decide, you know what, now that the next session has started, 2 of us know magic, 1 doesn't. The 2 who know magic are going to throw fireballs in there at that totem. Well, Street Fighter 3 actually, but good to see you, Blue Gamer 3000. Needless to say, they 2 of them throw fireballs at this totem, and same thing that happened to them the previous session happens again. It gets absorbed into the totem, fired back at them as a 9th level fireball. And needless to say, all 3 of them were immediately vaporized. So, I don't know why they decided to do that, but it is what it is. That's actually a pretty neat idea. I like that idea. Yeah, I'll have time tomorrow to talk about Fantasy Grounds. Just hit me up and I'll definitely have time. Yeah. But that was probably my worst session. Or worst campaign, rather. But I appreciate you all coming in and talking with me. I didn't know that. I didn't know that we would have quite a discussion on that. Who's my main in Street Fighter? In this game in particular, Adon is my main. Any other game I could probably name off the top of my head. So Street Fighter Third Strike is Dudley. Hey, thanks for leaving the lurk. Have a good night, Metalis. So Street Fighter Third Strike is Dudley. This game is Adon. Street Fighter 4, I mained both Adon and Hugo. Street Fighter 6, I currently main Blanca and Zangief. Yeah, have a good night, Metalis. I'll talk to you tomorrow, bud. I don't blame you. Zangief is amazing. Zangief is absolutely amazing. You can't beat a Russian wrestler. Make sure you tell Zanya all about books, because she's a very heavy book reader. Ah, Monk is very good. Monk is very good, especially depending on which monk you play. Oh yeah, I think the hardest thing that I ever had with Geef was mastering the full circle inputs. But after I ended up mastering how to do that, I was pretty much hooked on playing Geef. You edit your friend's books, so you're basically his editor then, right? His editor or proofreader? You used to compete in Street Fighter 4 tournaments? That's awesome. Local or not, that's cool. I've never been good enough to compete in any sort of tournaments, whether they be local or otherwise. I've just always played for fun. Good old dyslexia. We've all got something wrong with us. It's okay. Oh man, that's awesome. I personally am not very good at doing anything in front of crowds. I get really bad stage fright. I do end up kind of plowing through it if I need to, but my stage fright's absolutely terrible. Well, for the campaign that we were doing, yeah, I had to. I'm used to being the forever DM, so it's very hard to stay with one character for too long. Ooh, a campaign off of Greek mythology. I like that idea. Ooh, Smash Ultimate, yeah. I'm okay at Smash. I think with Smash, though, my mains are probably not what they should be. Because the latest Smash game, I mained Sephiroth and I mained Sephiroth and Kazuya. So you miss Skinner. I understand. I should bring him back. Oh, I love Mac. I'm not going to shit on you for that at all. I absolutely love Mac. Skinner was your favorite? Ah, Terry's good. Why was Skinner your favorite exactly? Was it because of how he talked, or rather, should I say his lack of talking? Sweet. Well, if I do end up running another campaign that takes place in fantasy, then I will definitely see what I can do. Yeah, Zanya just relies on me because I can focus a lot harder than she can. It's funny. Oh, I see. Alright. Got some hot takes in here. Alright. I just wanted you to stop talking, Con, that's all. Well, I mean, that can be a playstyle in and of itself, really. The person who just throws garbage together and somehow ends up cleaning the room, that can literally be just a strategy in and of itself. I'll go ahead and pause this and I'll actually turn the game on. There you go. So that way y'all can hear Dawson yelling yoga over and over. Alright, Blue, thank you for stopping by. Absolutely wonderful to see new people in my chat. A Dragonborn Rogue. What kind of Dragonborn? What color? Good night, Blue. Talk to you later. Ooh, a black dragonborn. Okay. I mean, you should know what that is. A black dragonborn rogue. That's actually... It's not a bad combination. Yes. Dragonborn... Black dragonborns use acid. Oh, well, Nightbot, I guess, got mad at you for doing caps. But I saw the message. Apparently you were spamming caps. Nightbot's very picky. Nightbot doesn't like more than 3 emotes. Apparently doesn't like more than 2 words capitalized. Oh. Oh, Nightbot, you're so fun. Well, that's what you gotta do. Someone says you can't do it, you do it otherwise. You can't do that, watch me. Testing Nightbot now, okay. Apparently, Nightbot isn't being as touchy now. That's interesting. Oh, there it was. Oh no! Stormy, no! Oh no! We've been timed out. I am so sorry. Hold on. I'll get him back. I'll have to probably actually go on my app to do it. Oh no. Let me pause this. Let me go and get him back. Oh no. Yeah, I'm sure I can fix it. Hold on. I'll have to do a little bit of editing on my side, but I know I can fix that. I'll have to, mod actions? Maybe that's it. What? Let's see. Untimeout. There you go. I got them out of timeout. Sorry about that, Stormy. You should be back now. I'm going to, I guess you did. I'm going to see if I can edit Nightbot to not do that. Oh. Let's see. I think Automod is here. I am not entirely sure, to be fair. Let's see. Excessive caps. There it is. Sure, what's a funny phrase? Tell us what your funny phrase is. What? That's funny. Yeah, it is tagged as sexual content. That's funny. I don't know why, but it is. For some dumb reason. Well, I changed the parameters on Nightbot. So, as of now, you can put 100 caps in. That's your limit. And you can do 10 emotes at a time. So, there you go. Oh, I see. Stormy, were you there for that incident? Just out of curiosity? I'm asking for a friend. Ah, okay. Oh dear. That's fine. I thought raccoons were more known for their jazz hands, but I suppose if you want to do puppy licks too, that's fine. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if a raccoon broke into someone's house and, like, ordered stuff off of Amazon. So, they got the hands to do it. You feel like your audio is lagging? Are you watching from your laptop or your phone? Ah. I do believe that if you're watching it on the app, that there is some audio lag. If you're watching it from a Chrome browser or something like that, then you're definitely going to have lag. Watching Twitch through a browser sucks, especially on a phone. Yeah. I'll get you that. I'm sorry. And I completely forgot because we were talking about stuff. Okay, you're on the app, then you might be experiencing lag in the audio, but it shouldn't be like too cumbersome. I'm not very forgetful. I'm just somewhat forgetful. That's all. And now my game's gonna lag because I'm opening up a. I'm not very forgetful. You stop it. Oh, jeez, come on. Hold on. I'm gonna pause this for a second, and you don't remember everything. That is a lie. That is an absolute lie. Oh yeah, I gotta disable that first, otherwise it won't let me do that. That's so... I mean, that's a good thing, but that's so lame, too. Your face is a lie. Oh, it didn't copy the whole thing. Why didn't you copy the whole thing? I'm not gonna be able to... Okay, well. Anyways, I'm sending you that whisper now. There you go. I need to get rid of that. How do I get rid of that? Oh boy. Well, we always edit on the fly anyway, so that sounds about normal. Yeah, get rid of that. We don't want that no more. There we go. Alright. Now... should... There we go. Alright, now we're back. Okay. I will add you back. Or, yeah. There you go. I added you. She's a very big fan of cool names, because she only thinks of cool names and nothing else. Alright, that's neat. Neat. Ignore Maddie. Maddie's one of the coolest out of them. Why are we ignoring Maddie? Maddie's a fine name. Doesn't have to be like rock star level cool in order to be cool. It's the character that matters anyway, not necessarily the name. Yeah, I don't think those exist as far as I've seen anyway. That's okay because I'm not really, I don't really have too many friends that are furries, so that wouldn't be an issue anyway. That's true. Yeah, Zanya's pretty good about keeping things to herself, and I'm a hermit, so you don't have to worry about that. I have 0 life. Well, Zanya would know all about that because she also has 0 life, so it all works out. Sugar, quit yelling. Oh, you have a cooler life than me and Zanya combined, so. And that is my cat, Sugar. It's true. That is also true. And he'll warm up to you. He'll just take a little bit of time is all. I have 3. I have a dog, I have a cat, and I have a gecko. Oh, you got one extra. All right. Well, my mom practically lives on a farm, so she has a lot of animals. I grew up being around no less than like 20 animals at a time. That's completely up to you. I'm not going to say yay or nay on that one. I'm pretty sure licking a rabbit is like licking a cotton swab or just like a cotton ball. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, it probably should. That actually is a very adorable rabbit. Well, you've apparently put licks so much that it corrected picks to licks. So that's pretty funny. Wow, that's nice. That's how my mom used to get her rabbits. It's a very pampered rabbit. I live in a $600 cage. The cage I built, $600. That sounds about right. That's okay. I live in cardboard. Whenever it rains outside, I have to get a whole new house. Ah, very pampered rabbit. But that's good, though, because they need that exercise. Well, I didn't say how big the cardboard box was, now did I? I live in like a piano box. You live in a. You live in like a little Pop-Tart box. I'm sorry. Hollowed out dresser. Live in a hollowed out dresser. I live in a hollowed out dresser in the alley. Colin lives in a boxcar. I am eating popcorn. Gray tabbies are cute, and tuxedo cats are amazing. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Yeah, purebreds go for outrageous prices sometimes. My mom has sold purebred Pekingeses for about the same price. I'll give you $1,000 up front for that puppy. You give me that puppy, I will go dancing with it. Because why not? I'd do it. Damn. 20 cop cars. That's a lot of cops. Oh dear. I can only imagine what that alert was about. Well, good. Them puppies deserve new and loving homes. Any puppy deserves that. It doesn't matter what they are. Don't know, don't care. I don't blame you. Can only imagine what she would be reaching out to you for anyway. Hey, how's it going working at the same place that I was? It's better without you here. Indeed they do. All dogs deserve good, happy, long lives and good, healthy environments with all the treats that they can take. Yes, cats too. Any sort of domestic animal deserves that. Well, the good news is that you got a puppy out of it, and all those other dogs got fair and happy homes, and that's all that matters. Well, like I said, that's all that matters, is that everything worked out in the end. I mean, do you open or close tomorrow? Oh, well, yeah, you probably should then. Well, either way, you were able to take care of the puppy and the mommy, so it all works out. I'm very happy that it was a happy ending at the very least. Well, it's good because, like I said, deserve to be commemorated and all that stuff. You should always treat. Oh, it should always treat dogs and cats. Any sort of pet needs not only a good life but a good thereafter. So it's very nice. Well, that's good. Good to have all the rescues that can be handled. Have a good night, Zanya. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Talk to you tomorrow and see you Sunday. I'm so glad I edited the emotes. Oh, man. Still funny. Well, they're all living better now, which is what matters. I mean, I think most of the cats that I grew up around and helping raise, their parents were rescues. I do remember at one point we had an entire little community of black cats that was around my house, and all of them were so friendly that anytime you'd pull up in the driveway, all 10 of them would come running out to greet you. I ended up calling them the welcoming committee because of that. Here comes the welcoming committee, and 10 black cats come running out from all different directions. I know my current cat, Sugar, he's very fat and lazy. But he has his moments of high energy. They don't happen probably as often as they need to, but they do happen. That's sad. Poor kitty. I'll never understand how people can just be that cruel to any sort of pet. I mean, I can understand the arguments like if you're what? 2 sheep? No. They're just mistaken then. Yeah, but why though? Because they bark too much? Oh, I'm sorry. My dogs are doing what dogs do. That's weird. That's just some delusional thinking. I don't know. That sounds very strange to me. Okay. So they were completely mistaken. They went over to your place wanting to kill 2 sheepdogs. You didn't even have the sheepdogs. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I see where the problem is now. And how utterly ridiculous, man. Good, that's what they should be. Without a shadow of a doubt, that's what they should be. I mean, I would have too. This person is actively going out and killing animals because apparently the animals are still in dead chickens, but at the same time, that gives you no right to kill other people's pets. There are certain justifications for anything like that, and that was definitely not one of them. Dead chickens. Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Is that to me that just that person was just absolutely delusional in the worst way. Yeah, and you can't do anything at all with a dead chicken. Not unless you killed it yourself right then and there, and you're gonna pluck it and like cook it later. There's really nothing you can do. If a dog has chewed up a dead chicken, it's just that's it. There's nothing you can do with that. Ah man, some people are just dumb. That's all I can say. Some people just are absolutely ridiculous. Wow. Okay. Well, then it sounds like the dogs were doing their job. To be honest, if the chickens are already dead, they're throwing them out. I mean, the dogs are gonna get them. So, what more is there to be done at that point? And the dogs are like, "Oh look, free lunch." I mean, that's basically all they were thinking at that point. Well, I got lunch and Merv over there's got dinner. We're good. I mean, to be fair, I would have broken. To be fair, I would have broken my entire hand. So I can't stand anybody hurting animals, especially my own. There would be nothing left of my hand, and then I would honestly probably go find whoever killed them, and then probably do the same to them with my still broken hand. There's no way I would let that slide. I mean, is that the right way to go about things? No, but it would that's the way it would have gone. It wouldn't matter if it was right or not. I mean, that's totally fair. It's totally fair. Totally fair justification. What? That's someone who wanted to gloat. Heavily wanted to gloat. Oh, did your dogs happen to get poisoned? Right. I totally feel that. No, did your dogs get poisoned? I don't know. Did your teeth get broke? What? Next thing you know. That's infuriating. Quite infuriating. Oh. Go for it, man. Exactly. Damn Skippy. An innocent cat taken away by some assholes that wanted to kill dogs. Doesn't matter. Well, good. Good on him for that. Would have accepted nothing less at the very least. Yeah, my family's the same way. Well, good, because that wouldn't have been any sort of justice if they did do something about it. Like if they was to punish you all for it, that wouldn't have been right. Well, yeah. He openly is admitting to. He's openly admitting to killing people, like wanting to kill people's animals and having done so with yours. So that right there would have been immediately an admittance of guilt. So there's nothing that they could have sued, nothing they could have really sued for. It would have been taken in, and then because they committed an already illegal act, they would have went in with, basically the judge would have thrown at them the policy of clean hands, so they would not only dismiss their case, but you would have won any countersuit that you did. Well, then, yeah. And then there you go. I mean, that would have been a clean cut win in your favor if that were to have happened. Like, he would have been more than screwed. Oh, you can actually see my thing in the background. There we go. Oh man, yeah, I can't be friends with people who don't like animals. I mean, I probably could be friends with someone who. Trying to figure out how to phrase it. I can be friends with someone who doesn't like animals, but not as close of friends as I could any other way. Like, if you don't like animals, there's just something about you that makes me be like, okay, I'll be associated with you, I guess, or maybe affiliated with you in some way. But I'm not going to be your friend. Like, my friends and my best friends, uh, all in some form or fashion adore and love animals. There is absolutely no way that I could be closer than like an affiliate or an associate with someone who hates animals. It would just never happen. But that's just the way things are, unfortunately. Last message that I got from you said that they didn't know that you had a camera. That was the last thing I got. Okay. Twitch being buggy, I suppose. Alright, let me turn this back on so there's not just dead air. Oh, well then yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, they quite literally condemned themselves at that point. There is absolutely no way for them to get out of that at all. They done goofed, as the internet would say. They done goofed real hard, and they dug their own grave. So I really, in all honesty, since I'm hearing the story, I really hoped that they would have just went ahead and tried to sue, just because it would have been hilarious to hear how that got thrown out. Oh yeah, I would have wanted them to. I'd have been like, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and sue. That's great. Like, oh yeah, go ahead and sue. I'll be waiting. Now, whenever we get done with the whole suing thing, then I can come laugh at you and gloat in your misery. That's exactly what I would have done. Oh man, nope. I would have. Yeah, I would have. I would have done everything I could to try to get them to sue me, just without, hurting my own credibility and myself, of course. But I would have done what I could, and then I would just be giggling the whole way to court. Oh yeah, yeah. You honestly would have like won that, uh, hands down, essentially. Especially since you had that recording of them and everything, it would have been just Dunsky for them. Yeah, yeah, that would have been Dunsky for them if anything were to have happened. Yeah, with that, with knowing that it was like, at least we'll be generous and say it's a $600 cat. Yeah, you could have gotten 3 grand easy, easy peasy. It would have been easy peasy lemon squeezy. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Mm-hmm. Such a shame, such a shame. That's cool. I love drone pictures. Like, landscape drone pictures are amazing. I really need to get a drone at some point. Whenever I actually, maybe if I save up and get enough money from doing this whole streaming thing, I'll be able to get one. It'd just be something fun to have and use. But we shall see. Slowly but surely on my way there. Just a little bit more to go is all. Okay. Fine by me. Everything is slowly but surely growing. I'm pretty happy about that. But just so you know, any videos that you send, I will watch after the stream. But feel free to send them. I'm perfectly fine with that. Drone videos are cool. Oh, well, some do. I do know that there are some drones that have interchangeable cameras, and those cameras that are interchangeable can have audio. Either way, whether it had audio or not, I was just letting you know ahead of time, so that way you didn't think that, you know, you immediately send it and I watch it. Oh yeah, well, I'm pretty sure the more expensive ones do, and there's some that just have interchangeable cameras and whatnot. I only know very, very little about drones. I don't know that much, to be completely fair. So my knowledge is mediocre at best. A drone's pilot license. That's awesome. Out of curiosity, what would you need a drone's pilot license for? Is that just to take it around areas that are otherwise don't allow air traffic, or what's the case? Oh, okay. That's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, I've only known one or two people who have ever owned anything close to a drone. The closest thing that I ever owned to a drone was a. I don't have it anymore, unfortunately, because where I got it from, it ended up being kind of flimsy and whatnot. But I ended up having this this little it was like a twin propeller helicopter that had a lights on the propellers, and as it flown, you could write out a message on the propellers, and because of how fast they were spinning, the lights would make words and stuff like that, and you could actually like write out a full phrase, and it would go through the phrase kind of like scrolling text. And I don't remember where I got it from exactly, but I ended up paying like $25 for the thing or something like that. It's pretty cheap. Yeah, the helicopter that I had was able to go up to about half that. It could go up to about 25 meters. But in all honesty, you wouldn't want to do that because with how flimsy the thing was, unfortunately, it ended up breaking after like the 10th or 12th use. So it definitely wasn't meant to last. It was more of a novelty sort of thing, really. But I enjoyed it while I could. I love things like that. And drones and little remote control helicopters and stuff like that. Those are all fun. Anything that you can use a remote control with is pretty cool. And some of my neighbors where I live are heavy into little remote control cars. And some of them they have are pretty big sized. And they take them and go up and down the main roads and stuff with them. Pretty neat. Ooh. No, I can't feel my arm. The tree took it. That sucks. I'm sorry that happened. And I presume that that's already been like... I presume that that's already been like fixed and replaced or whatever by this point. Oh. Okay, well, like I said, that's either been replaced or fixed by this point. Well, it's the thing about having fun little stuff like that, though. You gotta take the wins with the losses, as it were. Stuff like that eventually has got to be replaced out of the way, so... I have an old early 2000s Robo Sapien that finally the battery on it completely went out, and even after getting a replacement for it, it is to the point that it's just so old that the arms don't go up and stay up anymore. They go up and then they kind of just slowly go back down. You can't use the remote to get the arms to go up and stay up anymore. And so I'll eventually just have to end up saving up and getting a new one. I got a mini one that was gifted to me today, but the only thing it does is just move forward and you can pose it. That's literally it, but it's still a fun little thing. I'm very appreciative of it. But I think what I will do before I completely go to bed tonight is change up the audio cues for my follows and stuff like that, because they are a little bit long. Yeah, it is just about 1 here, so you're 2 hours ahead. Two hours ahead of me. It's nearly 1 for me. I live in Pacific time zone, so I understand. Time zones are one of the many things that divide us. It's only one of the many things that divide us, Khan. Otherwise, we are very similar. One thing I really like about this game is the soundtrack is so good. It didn't really take off like the Plus Alpha series really did not take off as much as it probably should have, because it was a really good series of games, and the soundtracks are phenomenal. But I think just a lot of people didn't like the 3D aesthetic. I personally enjoyed it, but it is what it is. But we'll do one more switch. So I'm going to start this back up. And we will cover that. Let's make sure that that's not bleeding through whenever it comes up. There we go. And we'll get this set up and continue on. I think next stream that I do, we'll get back into Fallout. I kind of just wanted to sit and chit chat tonight just because of everything that's going on and all that stuff. Hopefully it's not been too boring. As I do enjoy chit chatting, I just have to have a topic. I know you've been here all 2 hours, which I do appreciate. Not many come in and watch the whole 2 hours, to be fair, but I'm very appreciative and happy for those who do. Oh yeah, D&D is a very good topic. I could literally talk about it for days if someone let me. I just try not to let my nerdisms show too much. But I could indeed talk about D&D for as long as anybody wanted me to, really. Oh, trust me, I am too. Beyond the shadow of a doubt. I am a major nerd. I wouldn't... Woo! That kind of scared me. Not gonna lie. It did what it's what it's supposed to do. But yeah, I could talk about nerdy things for hell and ever if someone would let me. But I try not to let my nerdiness show too hard, just in case it comes off as like cringy or something. But I could definitely do it.
Holy shit, I'm gonna come.
Man, that one in particular always makes me giggle. I got a ton of them on there, so feel free. I think that was probably one of the best. Okay. But I did my best going through that one to try to make it as, I guess, interactable and attractive as possible, I guess is the best word. But, yeah, there's plenty in there. I'll probably end up going in and deleting and re-adding and whatnot because that's just the way I am. But I included some meme stuff in there, some funny stuff in there. Now, whenever I get affiliate, I will have it to where... Oh, okay. I'm fine with that. But, yeah, I'll probably end up going in and changing things around. But whenever I get affiliate, I will definitely make it to where bits will be used in order to use them more often. For right now, it's just kind of a fun little thing. I think I'll mainly probably have bits be used for the text-to-speech, just because, for whatever reason, the alerts that I have set up doesn't use text-to-speech. So I don't know why that is, but I'll have to get it figured out or just do the bit thing. I don't know. It'll be one of the two. Pronoun check? Sure. Okay. I can definitely do that. As far as I'm concerned, everybody and anybody's allowed in here. I don't care about any of that, so as long as you're happy and you be you, that's all I care about. I just want to enjoy my audience, have fun with them, interact with you guys.
Oh my, I can't believe my ears. I have waited for this moment for
years.
How can this be?
I love it. Oh my, I can't believe my ears. I have waited for this moment for years. Space Ghost is great. Space Ghost is great and amazing. I will never hear the argument of anyone who says otherwise. And Nightbot and Stream Elements working double time tonight. I'm glad they're working though. That ends up being a thing, unfortunately, sometimes, where they just don't like to work. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but Stream Elements doesn't use the text-to-speech with the donations, and it's really annoying. Like, I've done everything that I possibly could to try to fix it, and it just doesn't work. Like, the last time that I did a stream on here, Zanya was kind enough to drop a donation, and the text-to-speech just didn't work, and I don't know why that is. I've went in and edited it and republished it. Like, we only tried it once, though, so to be fair, it is possible that maybe I fixed it, and I just don't know. But for the time, it didn't seem to be fixed. Because everything else that I have set up is from $3 and up. It's supposed to be text-to-speech, but I don't know. I'll just have to wait until the next time $3 comes in and see if it works. That's the only thing we can do. But that's why I have two options. So if for whatever reason text-to-speech decides that it doesn't want to work, then we got the AI voices, and the AI voices I do manually, so I do know those work. But the text-to-speech, I'll have to see next time that a donation comes in. Bring that back to the dashboard, I think, is what I want to do. There we go. Cool. Alright. Let's, y'all wiggling? Well, that's alright. It's okay to wiggle. Wiggling can be okay and fun. But that is only this humble merchant's opinion. I'm just a humble merchant. Please don't take my cabbages. My cabbages! Well, it was a tough fight until that last chop. Crawl out there, chop to the noggin. I like both of these characters, so it doesn't really matter to me who wins, but I just like exciting fights other way. Man, that cross arm dive is so good. But we got 1-1 now. Oh. Ho ho ho, Merry Christmas. Oh, Con, you silly Billy, it's not Christmas yet. Yeah, you're right. I'm more excited for Halloween, if I'm being honest. Fall is definitely my time of year. Not too hot, not too cold. I don't like summers because of the heat. Otherwise, Summer's fine. Spring and winter are just too cold. Especially spring being especially, I don't like spring too much just because of all the rain, but that's a different story. It is basically rained like 4 days this summer so far, and otherwise it's been miserable. Then again, it's what, summer didn't start until not long ago, right? So yeah, still got a while. Nothing but ooh woos in the chat. Ooh woos in the chat. Remy, the replacement for Guile in this game. Classic characters still exist, just within new skin, basically. Heart. Metulove. Oh. Yeah, but as this channel grows, I think that is what I'll end up doing at some point, is basically just doing like D&D streams where I just essentially just pick some topics that are D&D related and talk about them. I think the first major one that I'll do is talking about the new D&D that's coming out, which is, it has its problems. Alright. But it has quite a few problems, for sure. Well, I think I'll also take the opportunity to take a small break. Okay, I'm back. Not cooking anything, actually. Just I had to refill the water pitcher. So, that's fun. I have to give myself a little bit extra time because I had a biopsy done on my foot, so I'm walking with a limp right now. But I got everything done I think I needed to get done. Yeah, he came in screaming. He got ran out of the bedroom, so he was letting his displeasure being known. I wanted to stay. No, not today. But I think we're going to do a first to 5 on this one, and then we're going to call it quits for the stream. But that'll be a little bit. But as said, the next big stream that I do that's going to be D&D related will be will be definitely talking about the new edition of D&D, and talking about how they're going all digital and all that stuff. I will say, as kind of a teaser for that particular stream, that one thing that I do like about the new Player's Handbook is the artwork. The artwork is very nice. Some of it's a little lazy in parts because they just reach out to the other. They reach out to Magic, the Gathering, and I know that Wizards of the Coast owns both, but you know, it's still a little lazy to reach out to the other game that you own and just steal an artwork from that and putting it in there instead of coming up with something new and original like they did for much of the rest of the book. But other than that, there's not really too much to say as far as what they've done right. I'm pretty sure I can count what they've done right on one hand, and then the rest of it's a little annoying at best. I don't like the idea of going all digital. I think that really honestly ruins the flair of of what D&D is, being able to actually go to other people's houses and have the books there and be able to pass them out and have everybody look, I think, is a lot better than, you know, just being like, oh, well, spare $30 and buy the digital version. But I do believe this last PHB is the very last physical copy people can get. Everything else is going to be digital from there on, because they're really heavily focused on that virtual tabletop, and I don't know. I mean, I understand that we're in the future age and all that, and we're most of the stuff that we have now is going all digital. I mean, the rise of streaming services have kind of proven that to be a fact, but at the same time, you know, you would think that one of the major driving points of your company and what you do would be one of the first things to stay, not to go. But what do I know? Maybe I'm just talking to the wind at that point. Oh, oops. I want to go up. Should be an easy dub for Q, but we'll see. But I do enjoy D&D for the most part. I love the fact that I was introduced to it and that I've been able to be a DM for, 5+ years. That's always nice. And I definitely enjoy being able to talk to people about campaigns and characters and ideas and stuff like that. But we'll see how that goes. I'll probably make that more of a mainstay on these sort of streams where we're just kind of chilling and talking. Just kind of make that the topic of the thing, so that way everybody knows what we're talking about, at least for the most part. Otherwise, pretty much any subject I don't mind talking about as long as I know something about it. Don't be talking to me about astrophysics or something like that. I'm not gonna know a damn thing. But nerdy stuff, oh yeah, I'm pretty much down for anything in the nerd department. But so if it's Dungeons and Dragons, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Star Trek, I pretty much know those. But if it's the politics that are going on and in I don't know, if it's like European politics or something like that, I'm not going to know a damn thing because I don't keep up with that. I barely keep up with the politics in America, let alone anywhere else. And that's not because, I don't care or whatever. It's just because I don't know, it's just one of those things where politics just doesn't interest me. Hey, if you need to go to bed, go to bed. Don't don't stay on my account. You got a real life and real world things to do, and you go do them. You don't have to stay here. I appreciate it, of course, but you don't have to stay here. Sugar! My cat's meowing in the hallway. Letting his displeasure once again be known. I'm meowing because I'm upset. Meow. Meow. Isn't that right, Sugar? Yeah. You're alright. You're a good kitty. Whenever you're not attacking things and biting me, you're awesome. Oh yeah, he's got adorable meows for sure. Just he has a bit of the bipolar. He loves to act like he wants you to pet on him and everything, and then just as soon as you start loving on him, he'll bite the shit out of you. He gets overstimulated really quick. He wants to be pet once or twice, and that's it. You do more than that, and he gets a little upset. He's swishing his tail right now because I'm talking about him. Like, he knows it. He knows it for sure. But it is what it is. And once more, I do appreciate anybody and everybody coming in. Thank you so much for stopping by, whether you're here to lurk or you're here to chat about something or you're just here to watch. I'm happy just to have you here. And always fun to have you all around. I think I need to... Oh no, wait, that's right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. I'll have to check it later. Sorry, I'm talking to myself on that one. Yeah, I'm more than happy to see everybody coming in and out. It's always good. If you enjoy the content that I do, you want to see something more, something different, always feel free to let me know. I am more than happy to hear any kind of feedback anybody has. Alright. You have a good night, Stormy. But, but it's always good to... Well, yeah, it's way early for you. You need to go to bed. You got things to do tomorrow, I'm sure. But, I'm more than happy to see anybody come in. It's much appreciated. I don't think that, Oh, you're going to get a new fridge. That's awesome. But I don't think that, I would still be doing this whole streaming thing without you all popping in and without meeting the new people that I do. But yeah, and I just love seeing you all here. I love meeting people and talking to new people. I think that's probably one of the greatest things to ever have is just the new interactions between people. It's always good, always fun. And I hope you all feel the same way. I mean, it would suck if you were all like, nah. Well, I'm sorry that I couldn't, sorry I couldn't make things better for you, I reckon. But, yeah. But I'm always happy to see new faces here, new names. Consider new names new faces, right? I'm always happy to see new people here. I'm happy to hear from you guys. As I said, if there's, if anything you want to talk about, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just fill the dead air by talking about random things. As I was saying earlier, I'm basically going to take like one day out a week of streaming and just come in and just chill and chat with you all. Talk about random stuff. Most of the stuff that I'm pretty knowledgeable on is just a big bunch of nerdy stuff. Nerdisms, nerdy things. As I was saying before, I'm a DM or a dungeon master, game master, whatever you want to call it, of about 5 years, maybe a little bit more. And so D&D is one of the big things that I'm knowledgeable of. Otherwise, it's video games, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Star Trek, that sort of thing. I'm not too knowledgeable on like other nerdy things like Pokemon and stuff like that. The only Pokemon that I am anywhere near familiar with is the first generation. So if you talk about anything other than that, I'm going to be lost. That's just because I just fell out of that, I reckon. So nothing against Pokemon in and of itself, but it just fell out of being one of my favorite things, you know? I think we should end on a classic. Whichever side wins this, that'll be it. And that'll be the end of the stream, but we'll have gone for nearly 3 hours, so that's nice. Technically, I got in my 4 hours of streaming just because I started out streaming on YouTube, then moved over here after I was done. If you're curious about that, you can pop on over to my YouTube channel, which I will pop in the stream there. So, if you're curious about what goes on there, there you go. If you miss a stream here, I'll usually take the stream here and move it over to and kind of put it on YouTube as well as here, so that way you got 2 different places that you can find me on. And as said, if you miss a stream for whatever reason, then it'll be on there. It'll also be here. So whichever one you want to watch me on, I don't mind. But, yeah, I think whenever we start doing, like, topic streams and D&D comes up, I'll definitely talk about a little bit of everything as far as that goes. You know, the current edition, campaign ideas, player character ideas, my own experiences in campaigns, and whether it be me running it or playing in one. Some of the characters that I've made in those, so on and so forth. Just little ideas that everybody can bounce around and have fun talking about. And I'm also more than happy to hear any sort of ideas or campaigns that you all have been in or had stewing for a while and you just want to share them. I'm totally happy to hear them. Like a quick thing that I will say about D&D in the 5 years that I've ran campaigns, I think my favorite one one of the favorite ones that I've done was a Star Wars campaign. And I personally do not like the system that Star Wars uses for dice and whatnot. It's a little wonky in my opinion. So I basically just used a homebrew version of just regular D20 rolling. I thought that was pretty fun and interesting. And there's ways that you can make it to where it kind of fits the other system. Like using, for example, if you use a artillery on a big ship, you essentially times whatever you roll by so many hundred, and then that does so many points of damage to the other ship. And ships, especially in Star Wars, have massive amounts of health. So it's not like you're going to one-shot anything. That's just not going to happen. But, you know, it's just really cool and neat stuff that you can do with that, especially if you know how to convert everything and you know what you're doing. Okay. Well, we have more or less reached the end here. As we close out the stream, I once again want to thank each and every one of you who have came by or who come by later. I hope to catch you live one time if you do end up coming by live. Otherwise, if you're just here and lurking and you're just kind of watching what we're doing here, and I'm totally fine with that too. I'm just more than happy to know that you all come by and enjoy what you see, and you enjoy the conversation, that you enjoy what I can provide for you. Yeah, so always happy to hear that, and as said, if there's anything that you all want to see or talk about next time around, you can drop some feedback here. You can drop some feedback in you can drop feedback in a whisper if you want to. I pretty much take messages from everybody, so otherwise you can hit me up on the community tab on YouTube. However you can reach me. I do also have a Twitter if you want to reach me on there as well. I do believe I have it in my bio somewhere. Yeah, so there's multiple ways to reach me. But I think that's about it. So once more, thank y'all for stopping by. Hope you all have a superb Saturday, and if I don't see you again, a spectacular Sunday. I will meet you all back here either tomorrow or maybe Monday. All depends on how things go. If as I said, if I don't see you over the weekend, then I hope you had a great one, and I will see you on Marvelous Monday. But until then, appreciate all of you, love all of you, and I will hopefully see you soon.